So I wanted to just come on here really quick. One of the questions I get a lot of when it comes on to skincare, and I have been like this since I think 5:30 this morning, is how do you control oil? And so there are people that their skin just produces a lot of oil, and so one of the things you want to do is to try to control it as much as possible. And part of that is hydration. So you want to make sure you're drinking enough water, because guess what? Oily skin can also be dehydrated skin, because if you're not moisturizing appropriately or not drinking enough water, what happens is your skin starts to produce more oil. So I'm going to mention three of my favorite items to use. Of course, you want to have the right skincare regimen. You want to make sure you're doing a gentle exfoliation, and I personally do a microdermabrasion treatment at least 1 to 2 times a week at home in the safety and the comfort of my home. But my first product that I like to use, I actually like to use my foundation primer. So right now I am wearing foundation, and I've been like this again from this morning. And so it's almost what, 9, 10 hours later. And I didn't have to touch up. I mean, I did my forehead really quickly, just a little brush, my old brush that I had. But in terms of oil control, my go-to is a foundation primer. So I personally like to use the Mary Kay foundation primer. So I do that. And so right before I put on my makeup, I put on my foundation primer, I apply it on my brush, and then I apply that all over my face. And then I let that dry just a little bit. I'm telling you, the oil mattifier, game changer. And so what I do, I apply the oil mattifier. The areas that I tend to get oily are usually my T-zone area, so my forehead, my nasal area, and my chin. And so that is where I put my oil mattifier. And what it does, it gives you that matte look, and then you can go ahead and apply your foundation over that. But before I do my primer and my mattifier, I always do a moisturizer underneath. And the moisturizer I use a moisturizer for people for oily skin. So if I have oily skin, or say for example you have dry skin, then you want to use the dry skin moisturizer. But the primer, the oil mattifier, comes in a box like this, looks like this, a little goes a long way, game changer. And then I keep this in my purse if I need to use it. This is my oil blotting tissue. I keep it, and it's very inexpensive, and it comes, the sheath is very thin, and literally you open it up and it has 75 sheets in there. So if you have any areas like say your nose or forehead, you just want to do a quick just blot, and it doesn't take off your makeup, it removes the oil without removing your makeup. But really and truly, I really don't have too much of a need. I keep this as a just in case. So hope you guys learned something today about keeping oil control and how to keep